Welcome out, gamers and gamers, to this RGL.GG Invite Highlander match. I am Alto, joined by the crushing desolation of loneliness to my side. Looks like I'm going solo in the booth tonight, as my good friend Zagron's MIA. We've got Dolphin behind the camera, and thanks for coming out tonight. Been a while since I've been in the booth. Got to trick the team into playing Jetpack Pyro last season. So was out for that, and then was under the weather last week, but you'll be hearing more than enough of my voice to make up for it by the end of tonight, should Zag not come back in. We are on Koth Asheville, watching hashtag RR take on at MST. What was that, Dolphin? Oh, never mind. Not going to be a solo. We are getting Space Ghost Coffee in here, the one, the only. But I will be running us through the rosters as we are starting fairly quickly on RR. We've got Maxi on Scout, Yige on Soldier, Dope on Pyro, Humphrey Demo Man, Witness on Heavy, Nipnop Engineer, Foxy on Medic, Libero on Sniper, Core on Spy, and on the side of MST, Nugget on Scout, Jolo on Soldier, Rez on Pyro, Kung Fu Kenny, formerly known as Nick K on Demo Man, Aaron, formerly known as Yippee Yapper on Heavy, Yogurt on Engineer, Joey Lemons on Medic, Homeless on Sniper, and Dave on Spy, and I think we've got Space Ghost with us.
What up? I'm just hopping in the server right now, but excited to cast some plan there. And I see on screen that the first bid just started.
Indeed it did. Scouting gonna open up with that sniper pick onto Homeless, but Nugget coming up big, getting a number of frags back. That opening sniper pick is not gonna stop RR, as all the kills have gone over in their favor right off the bat. Huge show up on this mid by MST. No sniper, no problem. They're going to take that resoundingly. Both medics will stay alive. Slight ad for Joey Lemons here on the side of MST, but MST came out very strong on that mid.
Yeah, I saw the scout just torpedoing into the enemy shutter. Just, I believe, a nice little TB2 shot on the sniper, but pretty dominant mid from MST overall. And having been on Asheville, pretty good. Something you generally like is replaying Asheville can be quite vexing if you're not really up to snuff on how to push it. Definitely one of the tougher ones, but it's up to Scatty, see if he can make some miracles happen, or perhaps in core they could maybe do something. But right now we do have a red soldier going behind, but is going to clean up, and actually that's going to be a lot of pick classes and a lot of red players just dying.
Yeah, came back in very quickly with that Uber. I like that. A lot of these teams, as we didn't have much of an intro, we are expecting both of these teams to sit a little bit lower in the invite standings. A lot of the times you'll see issues with, a lack of kind of that killer instinct. Waste too much time before pushes. Not that from RR coming in very quickly, but that Uber went out quickly, not able to find much, and they get wiped up on the end of that. And now we're seeing Nucky getting really aggro onto fans here, making sure that no one can go for that wide peak. Not that there's anyone nearby, but the kills finally starting to go over in favor of MST.
A little bit of an over-aggression there from Aaron. Gonna get picked as blue team, gonna wisely back up here, preserve what Uber ad they have. Let red team have the point to see if they can get in with 30% ad, but like I said before, re-pushing with Asheville can be quite tough. You do have
Ooh, Humphrey down to sticks and shutter.
Yeah, that's huge. Little bit of a feed there. Not having a demo for this defense is gonna be tough because you can keep that shutter for free, especially the Uber ad, but they're just gonna go in.
If that's exactly what they mean, they take that Uber in. It's an advantage. Get the sniper right away. They are going to kick off this leapfrog here. Nuck getting in deep on ramp, but will escape with his life as the cap's going to come across. No one getting delayed anymore. Foxy, however, is sitting on full ad.
Humphrey down again.
Again, ooh, that's going to be big to help stall that push out.
Yeah, the spy was just waiting there for Humphrey, and they definitely have to do a bit of a good job either wrangling him in or protecting him. Without a demo, it's going to be pretty tough to push this map, but the Uber Exchange is coming out regardless. They don't want to give up too much time here, and they're going to get res, but that said, his blue team looks to be very, very prepared for this inevitable refight that's going to happen. Red losing a bunch of players already. Humphrey down again. He's just a walking respawn timer. But Red team getting a little bit of the cleanup. It's going to be kind of a scrappy fight, but with Red having the better respawns in the end. And they're fighting desperately for this fight. But Homeless ring yet some headshots just in shutter. He is unstoppable, and that's going to signal the retreat from RR.
Yeah, you mentioned some of those fights can be vexing. Sometimes that sniper in shutter feels like he is untouchable if you don't have the classes up to take him. But I mean, again, as you mentioned, Humphrey dying a lot in these pushes. They took the Uber without him, and I think they would wait for him should they have the chance again.
Yeah,
Good re-push coming right back in.
Yeah, it was a good re-push coming in back in, but blue team does it right again, and they're going to use it, and there's so much damage on the point to be had. They get Foxy, they get Scouty, they get everybody, and it's just a slaughter. Maybe there's some clear to be had, and they get the medic off the back edge. Just the chaos of the Pootis inside the blue team is going to be able to secure a medic pick at least, but red team does have a large uphill battle to climb.
Yeah, Witness hiding in plain sight. The 450 heavy dead center of the Uber not getting dealt with. His medic was dead. I think they just thought, oh, we'll get him later. But that comes out to fight them in the rear. They are up huge on the time lead, though. Aaron and Dave are going to go down trying to contest this, but not really too much harm done there. Slight disad for them, but no one's near Ubers. They're going to have time to respawn as now we're going to see RR with their first kind of real solid hold of the match.
Homeless
here,
gets a free
and
peek off
Humphrey
of ramp.
already down.
Yeah, that wasn't. I don't even think that was Humphrey's fault. I saw Homeless peeking there, and I was like, "Why is nobody shooting that guy?" And then he died. So this is going to be pretty much an immediate refight, unless red team has some real shenanigans up their hands. But they're just backing up, and they then realize, "Oh wait, we have to push the pointer if we lose," and now they're all dead.
Yeah, I mean, really, this is likely going to be the round here, barring any miracle. Humphrey in Shutter. One more death for the logs, as he's in desperation mode right there. I am quite surprised. We didn't have much time to do an intro, but if I had to have made a pred, I probably would have leaned in RR's favor, just because I know that I'm not sure how many players have been around, but I know that they've had some a little bit more success in past seasons, but MST came out like a rocket there, and they are looking really sharp right now.
I think the issue is just lack of protection on the pick classes for Humphrey. Humphrey's either died to sticky traps or what have you, and he's getting almost more than quintupling by the other demo in the stats right now. But 8-4 is in Shutter. He's getting meleeed by the other sniper, but red team meanwhile is getting all of the kills, so not nearly as a good mid as last time. And this actually might be almost a full wipe. Blue team has not gotten a single kill yet, and it's just Gert running back this spawn tail between his legs and just desperate for anything. But that's going to be a successful mid, and perhaps a little bit of a reverse from the previous mid from RR.
Look at this aggression. Sniper in the
Love
Shutter.
the aggression here.
Foxy getting on bats. Dave cloaked up nearby, so this is getting called. But yeah, we've been seeing teams hold Asheville way more aggressively over these past few seasons. This is a perfect example of that.
They have massive Uber too.
But, I'm fine with that. You get 15 seconds off the clock, stall them a little bit. No harm, no foul.
Here comes the sack.
Coming in, though. Can they find the med?
Foxy's not going to pop that, and all they're going to get is a soldier pick off of that. Spot coming into the last second, not be able to do too much, and that's a 5-man sack for one. That's should be another forward hold if they're playing this properly, but Humphrey gonna go down to the crouching Pootis on the head glitch and on the stairs. Don't see that too often, but that's gonna be a free demo pick, but blue team might not have the time to get in there by the time Humphrey respawns.
Yeah, I think the telly's up, so Humphrey should be back in shortly.
He'll be back for the post at minimum.
Yeah, they
but
are.
They're just gonna
Aaron
just in. Nobody's calling him. They're gonna use to save their Pootis, but Joey Lemons is on the ground. He's gonna get forced, and this is just a scout solo. This might be a very sad time for the Pootis, but they're just gonna shoot the minis. They got.
Do not let him sit in the middle of the combo again. But bomb in the post coming in from Yige, gonna find Joey. Not a chance as Foxy right back in return, getting taken out by Jolo. The soldiers having their moment right here. Nugget going over the roof, gonna take out Scouty. No sniper, now in on Humphrey. Close behind, no one to protect him, but no. Nip Nop on the roof finds the kill. Humphrey staying alive as RR will continue to hold this point.
RR will continue. The respawns are going to be in favor of blue team, but both teams have teleporters right now, so things working pretty well. Floor going to get caught out and going to be sad. Going to be caught out, so no spy on the field, but other than that, red team getting all the respawns, getting all their guys back to repush the point, and Ubers look to be, roughly even, so we should expect to see a dry at some point. And getting a heavy pick, definitely going to help with that. No Pootis to deny bombs or sacks or whatever their plan is.
Yeah, that defensive heavy pick always good to get because it's just so much HP that
and
the demo doesn't have to deal with. And yeah, heavy demo, that's about as good as you can ask for. Maxi starting to get aggro on the roof, gonna be blasted back off by Rez.
Yeah, they're just backing
not
up
able to contest on the ramp.
Without a heavy and a sniper, not much they can do there. And Dave looks like he's in ready position. Speaking of which, you do have a blue soldier behind. I don't know if he's been spotted. He has been spotted. He's gonna go Foxy. Foxy is gonna get forced, but it's an exchange, and one medic is gonna be hurt for post. Oh, but they're leaving blue demo. Oh, blue demo got beaten so hard. That was so sad. I do see some shenanigans happening on the blue side, but RR is still holding the point. It's going pretty strong in their favor right now. this kind of happens on Asheville sometimes, where you just try and push, you get 3 or 4 or 5 good opportunities, and it just nothing works, and you feel very sad. That's just Asheville. That's just the map. Did I lose my ult?
Is standing really tall on these boxes, putting out so much pressure. Both Nugget and Scout are going to go down. The pick loss is down on the side of RR, which should help this offense here. Hold is sniping out of Shutter, trying to find things, but Rez from Kenny and Aaron all dead. That's a combo wipe. Jolo going to salvage onto Foxy. Great getting this, but Maxi in the back line going to take down Joey. So the med picks are evened out here. And with so much time left on the clock, I mean, yeah, the med trade favors the attacking team, but so little time left, you got to imagine that as long as there's no Uber coming out from MST, RR is pretty happy.
Yeah, RR is going to be pretty happy in this position. MST has to have a desperation push to really try and get anything to happen. And Joel is going to go for a nice bomb. He's going to get a lot of damage, get 3 rockets off onto Scouty, but blue team, they're losing enough players that this red repush should be quite simple, and in fact, it's just a slaughter. That's the only kills they're going to get as a clean sweep for red. That's going to be a nice little comeback round there for RR, getting back in the groove of a kind of, I guess, more what one would expect going into this match.
All right, let me know if you're following me on this space.
Okay.
Humphrey right now to me is channeling Exile.
He was having
some really goofy deaths in the first round, but when he's able to stay alive, he's putting out a ton of damage.
That's actually a unique Humphrey thing. Humphrey does that a lot, from what I've heard from Humphrey's teammates. This isn't just like Humphrey propaganda. If you keep Humphrey alive, good things will happen.
No Humphrey this time,
good things are happening on their own.
Frags are in favor though.
Yeah, they actually are going to get Foxy backing him into the Spy, but the Spy, or Pyro, excuse me, gonna end up protecting their medic, and I do agree with you somewhat. A little bit of an Exile, but the difference is, I think, Exile saves that for the end of the game, not for the early part.
Okay, alright. Bit of a variation on that, but I can see that, yeah. I mean, Humphrey does actually go down there pretty early, but got enough damage off, I would imagine, before he went down.
Yeah.
That his team's able to clean up really quickly. Really fast push coming in from Secret here. They're going to get Witness on the botch, but Jolo and...
Oh, it's in Humphrey, dude.
Kung Fu Kenny are both dead. Yeah, Homeless going to go down as well. Joey forced to flee. Shouldn't have too much problem getting out. Yige on Bat's not going to chase that deep. So Joey will get out there. Not able to get the Uber out like I imagine they were hoping, but... in comes the forward hold right now. Scouty really aggro up on Bats, taking that long angle into spawn to see if they get anything, but nope. Smartly, y'all rolling out on the left side is most of MST.
Yeah, this should be this is gonna be tough for blue because they do have Uber this side. Joey approaching Uber right now, but they're actually gonna use here. They're gonna get Homeless and they're gonna get the Heady, but not much else. They're gonna lose the Spy in the process, and I like the aggression. I always like attempting to be aggressive. I think the threat of the Uber there is generally more powerful than the actual Uber itself, unless they really hard committed and they didn't commit hard enough. So now blue does have Uber for the point, but it's Asheville, so you can easily fail an Uber push, and they're just gonna take another kill with this Uber.
Yeah, everyone is gone. I mean, that's one of the issues that's when you use out a shutter like that, is that you're expecting so much to come in that you just pop early, and even if they're completely gone from the point, you still end up using Chlor, getting the decloak in from Shutter, gonna find the kill onto Homeless before going down. Thought he might have had a med pick lined up, but Joey will keep his life for now. That said, though, time heavily in favor of RR right now, and frags as well. So MST really being put on the back foot as we come into a pause.
Yeah, so far from my observation, this is the tale of two teams who cannot push Astral Point, but are good at defending it, which is a very, very, very common theme on Astral. Is the oh, I'm good when I have the point, but pushing this point is impossible. How do you do it? Sometimes you see that on Product too.
Yeah, it's funny because we've both seen each team take one of those fast Ubers out of Shutter onto absolutely nothing.
Yeah, it happens, and like that last one was just a not calling that the other players leave. You know, like you Ubered in, and it's just like a Pudus on the point, and it's like we got Witness, guys, we did it, mission accomplished, and you know that's kind of it. So that could be just a spotting the enemy players issue, but it's still well played from the other team, and we are getting word in that the reason for the pause is not attack. It is that Mr. Kenny seems to have crashed, so we're eagerly awaiting for him to return to the server.
Indeed, yeah, and it's funny because I mentioned Zag and I have gotten on teams before for wasting too much time, right? They get those picks, and then suddenly 10 seconds go by. then the sniper's almost respawning before they even drop off of bats. Right, and then the sniper shows up and carries the post fight. But it almost feels like the opposite side of that coin, where the teams might be being a little bit too aggressive in situations where they could be taking another second or two to maybe play it a little bit slower. Wait to make sure everyone's still there before you use the Uber in. Like, your demo doing the fast sticky jump out of shutter is great, so long as there are actually people on the map, on point. When they're all backed up in shutter, you're just, you could have killed Witness without the Uber there. And now you're putting yourself in a leapfrog that's advantaged towards RR.
Exactly. I think plays like that can maybe work if you have, like, telly diff in your favor. Like, if you're on offense and have the telly, and the defense, the players who have the point don't have the telly, that can work, because even if you get, like, 2 or 3 kills during the repush, that's enough that they're going to take so long that you can have, like, another sloppy refight, but I don't think that's been happening, so it's just been kind of it's been sledding uphill both ways. Partially on themselves, too. It's a little bit self-inflicted, but also good defense. Humphrey going down, though. That is the bigger good need. They're going to drop down. They're just going to Uber it, and Joey is just going to get melted. They dropped down. I don't think they expect to just use the heavy, Uber to just clean up everyone. A little bit of a miscalculation there is, underestimated the Witness Buddhas.
Yeah, I mean, maybe there's a reason they've been taking these solo Ubers.
Yeah, he's clearly very dangerous.
He's a menace on this box. He
knows how to play
it, too.
That's actually a really smart play from Jolo. Gotta love the nice little spawn camp there on the demo, and got the telly. Huge picks, never underestimate the
everything coming up in favor of MST right now.
Yeah, that, they all just kind of killed. I didn't see what happened on the point, but it looks like everyone just kind of killed on it.
Yeah, no demo. I think they got a kill. The sniper got caught out, and then once the sniper's out, everyone's free to flood in. Witness got spammed off the box too, I think. I'm not sure if there's a miscommunication with Foxy,
the Humphrey spawn camp kind of led to that, because, no demo for like a solid 20 seconds.
I don't think we had a pause, but I'm seeing the scouts start levitating again, so...
I'm seeing just a player on fire in the... Oh, there he goes. But we're going to see some aggressive players on the ramp from MST again. Last time they did this, they got caught out, but speaking of which, there's just going to be players in, and now these blue players are behind on ramp. We have a heavy and a spy behind. Gonna get the pack, but this could be a disastrous post, because Aaron is in a really good position here. Actually gonna head glitch against Witness and lose, so... Not as big of a disaster as we thought.
Oh, is he on Ambi? Yeah, with an Ambi I heard. Yeah, just blended in perfectly, got the pyro stab right in that post. But yeah, looks like Kung Fu Kenny's crashed twice, and
Ooh,
jump scare by
nice salvage.
Right into the shutter. Gonna find Joey, and with only 15 seconds left, you have to imagine that might be the round-winning kill.
Yeah, they have to refind, and Scouty is on the wrong roof. He's jumped up the dispenser. He is a place a sniper should not be if things are going okay. Unfortunately, didn't look at ramp, didn't get spotted, so that's gonna be an instant sniper pick, but he establishes dominance via the high ground. And Witness is the crouching Buddha's behind, and this is gonna be a slaughter.
Yep, Core gonna find the kill onto Joey, that Ambi body shot, no headshots needed. And yeah, it feels a little bit like a shame that Kenny was disconnecting there, because it felt like MST started to kind of get their mojo a little bit towards the end of that round, taking, fights that were a little bit closer, a little bit, more well-advised, but right at the end there, when, you don't have a demo, not too much is gonna turn out well for you.
Yeah, but still, considering how dominant those last 2 rounds were for RR, MST going into the half at a 1-2, you take those, I guess. You talk about how to actually push the point, which is, again, that's like the hard part of Asheville, is actually re-pushing the point. But it's something they definitely should discuss, because you can't just reliably expect to win all the mids. At some point in these next potentially 2+ rounds, they're going to probably lose a mid, and that's when they have to go like, all right, guys, what do we do now?
Yeah, and I feel like even though the score is 2-1, I think there's a lot more momentum on the side of RR, because you think back to the round MST won, Humphrey was probably a respawn timer for about 80% of that round.
Yeah, they just did not have a demo.
If you can do that again, perfect, right?
Yeah.
If I can play TF2 with the enemy demoed at 80% of the time, I would choose to. However, that's not always a choice that you have, and you need to find ways to push point when the enemy team has a demo man alive.
Yeah, you gotta find some way where the enemy demo isn't just like walking into shutter with,
yeah,
when
really,
they have
really
the point.
Poor decision making, just choosing to not chain kill Humphrey there.
Yeah. Well, if I was the other team, I would simply make sure the other team never has a demo. Very foolish decision. As Witness is doing some. You see what Witness is doing right now? I didn't know you could do that.
Right now, I'm not sure. Where is he?
He's on a.
Oh, yep.
I didn't know you could do that. That's a new one for me.
Yeah, you can get on there from the little sheet metal.
Yeah, but looking at this, I don't think there's anything too crazy in the stats right now. So there's just a lot of shenanigans to have. That this is good. I like that. This is some good technology we have.
Yeah, he's committed to the bit. No, I'm not. As I say that, dips out.
Yeah, that was a caster's curse right there. That was your fault.
Indeed, it was. I've ruined something beautiful.
You have, but for MST, I think how they get partially in the game, might want to start sending some players behind on off time a little more. I think that could maybe help because they're trying like the kind of 9-man just walk at them. You know what I mean? They've tried sacking and the sacks haven't worked. They tried just blobbing, that hasn't worked. So at that point, your other option is maybe send some people behind, see if they can create a little chaos, kill a telly or two. Maybe people look backwards. Then you can try to take a fight and see, if anything happens then. But we'll have to see if they have kind of plan Bs or plan Cs, because I'm sure plan A for pushing this point doesn't work. Some teams just kind of crumble.
Yeah, and it feels like plan A is kill Humphrey 17 times.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes that just gets gifted to you, and you're like, "Oh, well, I guess."
You said maybe not too much in the logs. There's a little bit of.
Is there a little bit?
There's a little bit of a diffy and a hiffy going on right here.
An Easter egg.
Oh, that is Aaron is getting gapped a little bit here.
I mean, Witness. Listen, they had to take multiple Ubers to solo on Witness.
On Pudis.
That's pretty good. There's a lot of I saw kill Witness Ubers. Whether that was intentional or just Witness being a little bit of a silly goober and standing on the point when his team was like cowering and shutter, don't know. But I did see Witness doing some miraculous things where he just like it wasn't even necessarily him. He just was in a very good position and nobody shot him. Which
yeah,
I guess that is playing heavy.
This is, I mean, I'm gonna chalk up the random revved unflashed heavy in the middle of 6 Ubered people not getting shot at as maybe like a glitch in reality's source code, but he was playing those boxes as I think heavies should be playing that.
Yeah, he was playing like the kind of baity boxer style, but it worked really well.
And his team was playing around it too. Fox.
Yeah, no, they
there
played
was
it
one opportunity I think.
They were all
they might have been a little unsynced, but yeah.
Yeah, it was very synced in terms of just like they were all getting shot at, and suddenly there's just like a 300 health heavy head glitching you, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, we're all dead. How did that happen? What could we have done differently?
Yeah, I mean, a lot more heals taken from Witness, but I mean, you look at that, had 100 more DPM than his demo, top fragging the server, almost top assisting as well.
How's the DTM stats looking?
I mean, he's damage negative, but not.
Oh, that's expected.
But, yeah, but not that much.
Is he playing tank heavy or playing like my demo's almost taking more damage heavy?
No, he's got 100 more DTM taken.
Okay, that's fair.
And he's about even with Aaron. Now, admittedly, Aaron's taking 19% beam. Witness is taking 26, while his med's putting out more heals.
Oh, he's getting the beam.
But I mean, if your heavy's putting out 450 and top kill assisting the server, those are heals well spent.
It's not necessarily a bad thing,
Yeah, on that specific hold, right? If you're gonna have heavy play on those boxes, heavy kind of is the heal sink there. He's the frontliner. He's doing the most damage. He's putting out the most pressure. If your demo can play in a way where he's able to, do his job without needing to be that heal sink, you enable your heavy to have absolutely nuclear numbers like Witness is doing right now.
Yeah, and that is the sometimes sad Asheville experience is when you're playing the Asheville pug and you're on demo and your heavy's just gigabaiting you, so you can't play the game, but they're doing a good job with that and not like gigabaiting your demo.
Yeah, you can't even complain.
Yeah, true.
You're getting like 18% beam on demo. Your heavy's getting 32, but you can't complain because he's dropping 500 DPM.
Yeah, it's like sometimes I guess I'll just play Asheville demo and just get shot at the whole game. That's why Shield is bad on Asheville because you need stickies to clear the roof. I'm a big shield proponent, but don't let the shield people tell you otherwise. It's bad on this map.
All right, research theory.
Okay.
Who needs stickies to clear the roof when you manually clear it with the cannon?
True. That involves people hitting their shots. Well, hitting your shots with the cannon is quite difficult. I only know like 2 people who can do it.
Now, realistically, I've been like insane mountain hermit rambling about running cannon on Vigil 2nd defense for years.
Vigil 2nd, like on the hill?
Yeah, because you don't actually have to aim it. Like, you just blind fire that thing and you hear 3 donks and watch their Uber demo man get skyboxed.
Okay,
It's one
counterpoint.
of those points where like you don't have to aim it. It's perfectly designed that the choke is just wide enough that you're gonna hit anyone anyway, and the distance is perfect. It's, I mean, I'm
Listen.
saying it.
I'll present my findings to the K and D Illuminati Hood research. You know, the research division.
The symposium.
I'll get back to you on that one with the K and D Hood. Associated research. Me and Jacob Durr will get right on that.
I'm telling you,
I have
man,
heard we
if
do have
I
merch. Yeah, I've heard.
Yep,
We got a
yeah,
nice
we didn't get too much
MST
time to
shirt.
prep it.
Nice little RR shirt there. I actually haven't seen the Highlander shirt. Looking kind of
Yeah,
clean.
we're doing exclamation point swag in chat. Slightly different shop link than the standard one. But as we cast more teams, there's gonna be more and more kind of team shirts coming out. So, if there's a team you really like, hop in, check that out, and give your team some support. As I think they're getting a cut of whatever comes in, but
Yeah, that's
don't
definitely.
quote me on that.
Glad they're doing that for Highlander now. Nice little Highlander merch. Love to see it. Support your local favorite Highlander player, whoever they may be. As Jolo gonna die first instantly, I see a sad nugget there. So our first 2 kills on mid were ambi kills, and 1 team is on bats. This mid is just this one needs to be studied in a lab.
The team that's winning Witness is pushing through lower. Oh my god, Aaron's dead. Look at this collapse coming through.
I saw some horrible things that mid, I'm gonna be honest. The first 2 kills were ambi kills that weren't headshots. 1 team was on bats halfway through the mid. Just wasn't a good time. And they're
The
Witness
first
down.
2 kills were ambi body shots, and then the
Yes.
spy who got them got backstabbed.
I mean, the counter espionage, you gotta kill that guy. He's getting the only kills on the server. Uber exchange happening on the point, and there is a Uber scout just shooting like the ambi spy in the background. As blue pyro or red pyro are gonna fall, might signal maybe a sack or 2. There's no pyro to deny it, but we'll see what they want to decide. Is A gonna have a nice little bomb of the Gert. That's an engineer down, hashtag worth spy kill as well, and Floor is just killing everyone. He has 4. Okay.
This is the lobby loadout, and
Yeah,
that's
look at
going
little
to frag vid.
Yeah, that one definitely going into frag vid.
Oh,
And speaking of which,
Kenny just gets dropped. Joey doesn't have the beam on him, and Witness, the demon on the boxes takes him out. He will go down to Aaron eventually, but no Demo's going to stall that push momentum entirely. Nip Nop on the enemy team's bats. That's the exact opposite side of the map I was expecting to see the red engineer on, but I'm for it.
this is this is good gameplay by RR when your sniper has 0 points and the other team hasn't kept the point yet. That's good gameplay. That's what you like to see. If your sniper doesn't have to do anything and you're winning, that's like ideal for you too. Speaking of which, here comes another Uber exchange in, and they're gonna kill the red pyro during the Uber exchange again, and it's not gonna matter. But at least this time, I do see there are blue players behind, some flank shenanigans going on. Maybe perhaps time for a collapse. They're gonna collapse, but the blue combo's dead, so unable to get too much done. Just the soldier spy and pyro. What's your analysis here? What do you think's going horribly wrong for MSD?
I think that these quick Ubers out of Shutter are really good when you've got ad. When you have Uber ad, you take that in, you catch them out, you get in there really quickly. But when you're taking an exchange like that, you can't just have your Uber demo go run into 9 people. There's not enough support there. They need to play it a little bit more slowly, work their sniper ramp a little bit more, get, that angle, force Witness off the boxes for the love of all that's holy, and then drop off the bat.
There, they got
slower,
Humphrey.
get that position.
They got Humphrey and the medic. Nice little sniper pick there. Gonna get Foxy, and they're gonna get nipped off X as well. So,
But Maxi, salvaging onto Joey there, finds him under bats. The 1 kill that they needed there.
Pyro the Pyro was about to get stabbed on the point as Scouty just headshots them anyway. So that was a Omega, double dead player. But blue team still unable to, get the point. They're finally gonna able to get the repush now, but this is basically gonna be almost a mid, basically.
Yeah, I mean, we've almost seen a flawless round.
Oh, blue team is too scared to. Never mind. They're gonna take their time and let red team get in. That's very, very sad. I hate to see it. I think that blue should try going slower before the push in terms of sending players behind before the Uber starts, or maybe even without an Uber, and just getting something to happen and then pushing it.
Oh, my meat grinder.
Because this is these pushes are not going well. I feel like they're Shutter is the brick wall, and they're trying to get through the brick wall, and it's just not working.
Yeah, those. I mean, the thing about Asheville, right, is that if you can work your sniper onto ramp, you get that good angle, you force Witness off the boxes, they have to play more passive on ramp, and you can kind of slow walk up on the point and get good positioning before the Uber. You don't have to blow the first 3 seconds of your Uber just getting in.
Yeah. You have a red soldier right behind immediately as some counter soldier gameplay going in, but nice little bomb from G. Just nobody's shooting him. He's the invisible man, as it just can be scouting the only depth for the red side as blue team's wiping on mid again. So after their initial first strong round, MSD has just hard crumbled in this match.
Yeah, Humphrey's staying alive, and I mean, really hasn't been much doubt since
Humphreys,
that first round.
meanwhile, look where he is. This is very good.
Indeed. Oh, that's a nasty sticky setup there.
Oh, and
I would be pissed if I died to that.
I would be upset if I died to that, but he's actually going to wisely back up and not preserve his life. Core is going to be on ramp here as they're going to try to send some players into ramp, maybe work their play, but Gay's going to have a nice bomb. They're going to catch him out, so a very good job there from Blue catching at the bomb, but the reinforcement's going to come in and clean up more Blue players anyway.
Core consistent. I'm consistently seeing these ambi headshots in the kill feed too.
Yeah,
I want to point
it's
that out.
working.
Joey's going to get forced early though, and Witness standing tall here. Great position for this post. He's going to be a nuisance.
Yeah, Nugget going behind, gonna see if he can get this pyro kill. They're gonna be able to get it, but maybe gonna draw some eyes. Homeless gonna fall. There's just no blue players in. Like, what are the, like? I don't know what they're supposed to do. There's just red players in Shutter in the post. How are you expecting to win during that? Look at Witness. Look at where he's standing.
No fear, none whatsoever.
It's impossible. What can you do?
You send your sniper ramp.
They tried, the funny thing is they tried that and they just lost their soldier and engineer in the process. It's like every possible conceivable way to try to push Astral that they've tried is not working.
Witness cam.
Uh-oh. Is he doing the meme?
No, Joey, no!
Oh.
That was scripted. Actually gonna lose the 1v1 to Nugget afterwards, but he doesn't care. He got his man.
Yeah, got his man indeed.
Down.
That is a med down, and blue team searching for answers but unable to find any solutions. As Floor gonna be forced with an unfortunate DR, gonna have to die to Homeless, but doesn't matter in the end, as this is looking like a dominant round. Blue team has been unable to cap the point for what it feels like the last 3 rounds, and not ideal. Clore is gonna be behind, or David is gonna be behind. Too many things. Nice little coordinated sack there, but gonna get both these stuff by the pyro.
No sniper really gonna hurt in this post. Dave caught out on ramp behind, no pressure coming in. And I mean, actually, where is Witness?
Where is Witness? I see Maxie's on a 6K. They're
behind
just
everyone else. He's on his own lower. What's he doing?
I'm
ready to just watch him for the rest of this game.
I'm watching the forward hold here, and I want to see if they can.
He's shooting the bulletin board in lower.
Oh, that's good. That's good. That's some good spy checking. You know, if the spy was there, that would be quite vexing for the heavy. I do see
the Halloween update added a post-it note disguise.
It's like the prop on disguise. Homeless is gonna get a nice little shot onto Scouty, but we're gonna say, trading for a heavy isn't ideal. The blue team players are coming in. They're actually getting some kills, and they do have a Uberad, but not an Uberad anymore. Here comes the red scouted. It's just a Maxi solo versus the universe. Nipdop is getting bullied by a demo man. Nipdop gonna go in lower, and blue team actually getting some kills, but is it too little, too late?
I don't think so. No, they're gonna come up with the cap here shortly. They win that exchange. They're able to get a number of kills as that started out. Witness taken down, tried to get a little bit frisky and come up on that box flank.
All right, guys. Someone say the line. They only have to cap once. That's the line. Now it's cursed. If you say that, you're just doomed for failure. But we'll have to see if MST. Oh, okay. Core was going for it, but they're just baiting Aaron so hard. There's not much to do here. Kung Fu Kenny gonna try to come in here, see what they can do, but it's a slaughter. They're all dying again. Nothing can be done. It's just the red wave. What can we do? Homeless gonna go for it.
Dave just decloaks undisguised on points to stall it, but it's not gonna be enough. That is going to be a very, very swift comeback. I say comeback, they were only down 1 round from RR there. And I mean, I'm really glad that you pointed out there, right at the end, that Aaron was getting baited on the boxes. Because as much of a terror as Witness was on that box, his team was supporting him and enabling him to do that.
They had the roof.
And
they made sure he was in the proper position to succeed.
Exactly. It was not just, he's just sitting there and owning. It's not that simple. There's a little bit more that goes into it. Aaron tried that, and just the team wasn't ready to, support him to that degree. And it ends up with him just getting caught, left out to dry, and goes
Yeah,
down.
he
So,
had to take like a 1v5 against like the spy DRing trying to trick stab him, a scout walking at him, a demo shooting. Like, that's an unwinnable situation for a heavy, and if you put your heavy in that situation, it's probably not going well. But looking at the logs here, I see that we have a 14-1 scout, a 500. The scout almost doing 600 DPM in Asheville. You love to see it. As yeah, this is kind of what I expected. Also, we do have a demo man taking 550 damage per minute. That's sounds about right. So these are Asheville roll stats. This is what it looks like if you're getting rolled on Asheville. Just very sad players.
Yeah, we went into this match thinking that, this would be a bit of a closer bottom tier matchup, and I mean, we saw that first round, and I was like, oh yeah, great, great call by us, because, I mean, MST surprised us last week when they took a half off of Rogue Runners on Upward. I know they were ringing May on demo, who is nothing against Nick K. May's a little bit more accomplished in their Highlander resume, but saw it in the cards. But MST, I think, it kind of like you said, they had the one plan.
Yeah.
And then the second that it was, proven that RR could handle it, it felt like they really didn't have too much else. And they just did not have an answer for Witness.
Yeah, if they won mid, they did well. If they did not win mid, it did not end well.
Indeed. And, I mean, Witness easily gets the MVP for that, I would think.
True. Witness definitely gets the MVP for that. On that note, I don't think we do interviews for Highlander, and if we did anyway, we have a Sixes cast at 11 EST. It's going to be Rome versus Global Clan Fire. I'm going to be there. I'm excited. A lot of TF2 today, but I think, I don't know, maybe plug some merch?
Yeah, we had a little bit of time in the halftime. I mean, this merch collection, I think exclamation point merch in chat, is probably my favorite of all that have come out so far. There are some fantastic designs in there. I mean, it's been the go-to line. I would wear this in public.
True. Honestly, that's the highest compliment you can give to like video game merch. Is if you can wear that in public and not get like cringed at. That's a really good sign. And there's a lot of those. Like, almost, I'd say all of these are like wear in public here, and that's again the highest compliment I can give.
Yeah, I mean it. Some of the newer ones. I mean, I'm a weeb. I like the little, some of the Japanese aesthetics on some of those, but the Two Fort and the Suijin ones, those are like out of this world.
Yeah.
I mean, the TF2 Biomes one looks great too. Really, just really solid stuff coming around. And as we alluded to in the halftime, we are starting to have team merch. So with RR and MST both getting casted, exclamation point swag in chat will pull up or exclamation point team merch. One of the two. I think it's team merch. It looks like Dolphin's putting in. We'll pull up the kind of team merch store. And this will get added to over the season as we cast more and more teams. So I think we were looking at a potential. What was the match next week? It was Witness, formerly Fast Fourth, against Rogue Runners, perhaps. So if you're a fan of those teams, I would say that you should have what you're looking for pretty soon, as that should come in next week, and it'll just kind of expand as the season goes on. So. Teams, I believe, do get a cut of that, so check that out. Support your favorite team. I think it's a really great thing that RGL's doing with that.
Yeah, I think it's pretty good too. I guess shoutouts and then call it. We have like half an hour before the next. At least I have a half hour before the next cast I have to do. So, any shoutouts, thoughts, feelings, musings?
Shout out to Witness for supporting the scene and kind of putting the Jets on in that match. And shout out to all of RR for supporting that, because when I give teams map review on Asheville, I'm like, yeah, your heavy's your number one heal priority. He's the one that should be getting beam. He's your frontliner there. He's acting as the bulwark for everyone else. So he needs to be supported, and you can't bait him. And I want to thank RR for really putting on a great visual demonstration of that. And then almost a little bit to MST at the end with Aaron for showing us how not to do that as well. Very informative stuff.
True, very informative, educational indeed. Show it to your kids, your grandkids. Make sure they learn all properly how to not bait your heavy on Asheville. Textbook examples right there. As for me, shout out to Highlander. Always like casting Highlander. Always a good time. Love seeing people I interact with in pugs on a daily basis out there getting owned in matches, and then I can laugh at them. Good times. And yeah.
And why else do you think I cast is that I can be the first one to see my friends get airshot?
True. Yeah, you get the airshot and you get to commentate on how pathetically they got airshot.
Indeed. It's a good spot to be in.
It is a good spot to be in.
So it's like being the peanut gallery in a lot of ways.
It is,
like
yeah.
you can't really get attacked back. I can just toss out, I can just toss out, criticisms at people and.
Sure, I get to just flame ban you, and no one can't ban me from his chat. No, can't do anything.
Yeah, that's a really juicy perk of the Sixes cast.
It is. But on that note, speaking of Sixes cast, we do have a Sixes cast at 11 p.m. tonight, Eastern Standard Time, the real time zone. It's gonna be World vs. Global Fire. Don't miss it, or else you're doomed. And I guess with that, that's it.
Yeah, should be it for us, and I'll be back next Monday. Hopefully Zag will be with me as well. Can't imagine he'll miss 2 in a row. Probably just on some gacha game bender and slept through it would be my guess, knowing my good friend Admiral Zagron. But should have him back next week. And worst case, Space comes back. Maybe we get Godfather. Mix things up a bit as see how things go. But thanks for watching. Stay tuned. We'll have that next match coming up in about 37 minutes. And have a good night if you're tuning out. Otherwise, stick around and enjoy Space. And who's coming on with you?
Probably Jarrett.
Probably Jarrett. Yes, so then enjoy Space and probably Jarrett later on. We're off for now.
Good night.